You caused a ruckus again. Your female cellmate carved up her throat. Ran out of room on her face, looks like. Indecent rumors are claiming you're the only one that talked to her. No, she carved it up. Not sure if she was going for a painting. Wasn't fast enough to finish it. You did win the fight before they turned it into a spectacle. Where will Leyland find his jerk-off material for today? You're back on the leftovers today. The mutant had himself some fun in the pit the other night. Now you get to clean it up. Follow me. More cleaning duties for you today. Follow me. You're back on the leftovers today. The mutant had himself some fun in the pit the other night. Now you get to clean it up. Follow me. Skeletons up, caps from Ronnie. Repeat till the floor is clean. Knowing about him. Betting's one of the few things that keeps me only moderately insane. Tempting. Just what do you know about temptation? Every time I see Leyland's fucking grin, his fucking sweater and tie, hear him put on his little stutter. That idiot is mine. Take Brooks, do what you want with him. Shoot him, stab him, torture him, fuck him. Lube or not, I don't care. But Lily's mine. You accept that, I help you. You don't, I'll watch you pick skeletons up off the floor. Pick up those skeletons. Good. I'll meet you before the fight tomorrow. help you deactivate that collar. And after the fight, I'll help you with the chaos. But I'm not helping you with the skeletons. Get to work. I won't. I won't get another slave with dreams of escape ever again, who happens to know how to swing a cleaver around. Next batch is 2 days out. That's at least 10 more. Then another batch in a couple of weeks or so. 10 more. Another batch in a month. 10 more. I'm not the one missing an opportunity here. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna save you from having to come up with unoriginal taunts. Breeding cowards in here anyway. It's the arch-coward I want. That idiot is mine. Take Brooks, do what you want with him. Shoot him, stab him, torture. Teaming up. Shitty idea. Even shittier offer. Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking of entering into a contest with Brooks. Who can kiss the most ass in a week, let's say? Speed and efficiency. Of course, he'd fucking crush me, but maybe I'll be lucky enough to learn from his art. Gotta try yourself against the best to be the best. Tempting fantasy. Shitty offer. Pretty unimaginative. Add that to it being a shitty offer. Not much left. The other day. Day before yesterday, yeah? What happened? We took a refreshing detour into the poultry cages. Just one chicken there. You completed your daily task, and then we went back into our cages. Don't recall a conversation. Recall a stroll into the poultry house. No conversation. I'm not helping you with the skeletons. You know, I want to kill Leyland. I do want to bite his fingers off, hang him upside down next to the other swaying carcasses. But not with you. And forget the improbability. Forget the idiotic idea, the awful plan. They don't matter. I've had worse to work with. I just don't trust you. Get to work. You could spout some drivel for a minute, or you can spend a minute finishing your task. I choose the second one.
Hey, you two. Isaac, into your cage. Tribal, into the cage. Last fight before the big one. No time to waste today. Just the two of you left. One shithead Tribal and one shithead sliced up slave. And you know what, Tribal? I kinda hope you win. As far as you've come, be ashamed to see you die now, instead of being ripped into two by the mutie tomorrow. So please, Tribal, do me this favor and let your miserable fucking life end just a day later, and maybe just a little bit more painful like.
Yeah, getting this shithole rolling, buddy. Rolling on 6 fucking wheels.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, got it.
Come on, you got it.
You better have it! All counting on you! I just ripped your
There you
your
go.
mother with more
Go
passion
ahead.
than that!
Come on, I got fucking 100 caps on you, you shit!
So far, just keep at it! You're efficient! Shit!
Go for the fucking eyes, you dumb
I'm gonna fucking stab myself. Can you explain before I bleed out? I'm gonna crawl and fucking stab you too! Bullshit is! What's the fucking joke doing?
Hey!
This
you.
is the
Yeah, you.
worst shit
You suck.
I've had to endure in my whole fucking life! What's the fucking joke doing?
I'm fucking done, man. You know,
I'm gonna
I can't take this anymore. Every fucking time, it's death on my own goddamn blood pressure.
Fucking stab you too!
I fucking want to hit myself. I'm
fucking
watching this
yourself
fucking
up,
cluster
you
before my sorry fucking eyes, and it's wanting to make me fucking hit myself.
You're efficient! Shit!
I don't think they know what the fuck they're supposed to be
You're
doing.
fucking yourself good so far! Just
Get off my I have no goddamn idea. Worth it. Worth it. Fucking worth it.
God damn, that crazy cunt was almost hard as my dick, huh, Tribal? Almost too much for you to handle,
fucking
huh?
slave, you weak, slow,
How'd you be a
useless
bit
little
more
dick?
learned in the ways of taming wild females in the tribe? Bit of a disappointment, shitbrain, not gonna hide it. Anyway, boss wants to see you. Qualified for the finals, so a bit of talk is in order. Much as you can talk, that is.
Disappointment!
You don't behave yourself up there. I'm gonna have to
Disappointment!
beat you into behaving. You don't show respect, I'll have to beat some respect into you. God damn, that was some crazy cunt I put you up against, Tribal. Almost rivaled you. She did. But who am I trying to fuck, Tribal? No cunt crazier than you. Not even fucking close. Anyway, boss wants to see you. Qualified for the finals, so a bit of talk is in order. Much as you can talk, that is. Now, you don't behave yourself up there. I'm gonna have to beat you into behaving. You don't show respect, I'll have to beat some respect into you.
Course he's fucking back. For what? Killing some female that no one's heard of before? Odds stacked against her? Yeah? And you really ought to have expected it. Don't play it otherwise now. We did. For all you know, I had an arrangement with someone else before you came along. Thought I'd spotted the new underdog. Yeah, newsflash. Unless I give in to your criminally unsubtle threats. At least have some class, yeah? No compassion in you. Like nothing at all, yeah? Liking you more and more. Now fuck off and leave me in peace. Yeah, newsflash.
Wait, you two. Isaac, into your cage. Travel up to the bar. Boss wants to have a talk with you. Now, you don't behave yourself up there. I'm gonna have to beat you into behaving. You don't show respect, I'll have to beat some respect into you. If you freak out and shit yourself next to the boss, you brainless piece of piss, I'll beat the shit back into you. So on and so fucking forth, okay? This ain't the arena up here. Tribal rules don't apply. Not allowed to blow you up anymore, but a lot of other fun shit I can still do to you.
Oh, you're here. Good. Hi. Hello. Welcome to our little bar. Wait, we haven't even... I mean, I've introduced myself to you all, but, you haven't had a chance to... Leland. The name's Leland. My name. What's yours? Oh, well, I would really like to, demolish these barriers between us, and I think a simple gesture isn't too much to ask. Please. Oh, no. You've disproven just that. Not any slave would have made it this far in the arena. You have earned your status. Oh, I'm sorry to... No, Brooks, it's okay. Don't blow anyone up. Please, relax, calm down. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I can respect strong opinions, and this means just as much to me as your name would have. Probably more, if I'm being completely honest. You reveal a part of yourself with your name. You have just revealed a part of your character with this response. The suite's reserved for other occasions, different circumstances. This is just a relaxed chat. The bar will do nicely for that, don't you agree? Of course. I mean, I don't drink myself, but that's no reason for you not to enjoy yourself. How about a nice little beer? It's a, a safe choice, isn't it? Please, enjoy. No, not really. I mean, I used to, but the lifestyle of being a leader simply isn't compatible with drinking, I guess.
The humiliating specifics, you mean? Very well. I'll concede them. Don't presume to take this as a sign of submission. Brooks was my personal assistant. No, actually, that does him too much credit. Cupbearer is more accurate. He gave me my drinks. And it seems that in time, Leland taught him a few new cocktail recipes involving rat poison. I'm sure he giggled over the irony. It almost killed me. Instead, I lost consciousness, and while I was out, they strapped a collar on my neck and threw me into the cell. Cowardly louts never dared to even consider stabbing me in the front. Had to be on the verge of dying for them to accomplish anything.
Rat? Oh, you mean, did Brooks play one of his, inappropriate jokes on you? I apologize for that. On his behalf, I'm sure. I'm not sure who you're referring to, if it's me or Brooks or some poor, worker who was poisoned, but it was whatever it was, I'm sure it won't happen again. A taste of my own medicine I can handle, I think, considering a taste was all that Thomas had to endure. A taste of a taste, that's not too scary. But a taste isn't where any of my enemies would stop, and especially not you, if I've learned anything about your character in the past few days. Thomas was lucky, and he always was the luckier of the two, so personally, I've learned to live without luck. Oh, no, no, definitely not. He was my brother, but definitely not the favorite child. The first child always gets the stricter treatment, I'll give him that much. What I did to Thomas was less than what I expect any of my enemies to do to me. Thomas was lucky, and he always was the luckier of the two, so personally, I've learned to live without luck. It's a different and far more dangerous type of poison that I would expect from you. Oh, I didn't poison anyone. Brooks poisoned Thomas. And then I was forced to keep him in the cell. I had different designs, but as I said, it was Brooks who poisoned him, not me. And, as I can well see, you turned him down. You know, I quite enjoy little samples of proof of Thomas's failures every now and then. Which is why you're still alive. At least you know how to make the right choices.
Ugh, indecisiveness, going back and forth and back and forth and back and fucking forth. It disgusts me, Courier. It makes me want to spit at you. You gave me your word, and now you're giving me indecisive whining. Forget the offer. Forget escape. Forget freedom. Forget free will. And get used to the sound of Brooke's voice. You have my pity. No, actually, you know what? Fuck you. You don't even get my pity.
Oh, no, that's the most certain way to ensure him turning you down, I'm afraid. Tragic. So tragic. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting maybe a bit more than slightly. Maybe just a tad more contrast there, but of course you never got to experience Thomas's way of doing things. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting discussion. I mean, chat. Oh yes, I was also hoping the swing would throw him off and the banana peel would make him slip and fall, so... You can see things outside of your fights, too. Then you might as well tell me what you saw when you met him. What was the impression he gave you? I admit fully, I want to compare my transparency to his. Still, some feelings of inferiority, you see. Trying too hard. Oh, Thomas. Thomas, even you can lose your touch. Oh, no, this is... Oh, maybe life in the cell affected him after all. Wow. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting discussion. Oh, really? That's honestly what you think about him. The one defining quality that you saw in him was his lack of depravity. Oh, maybe not as much as the rest of us combined, I guess. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting... Oh, imposing yet comfortable, nonchalant yet in control, focused and effortless and blah, 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 blah. You let him give his favorite line. No wonder he chose you. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting discussion. I mean, chat. Yes, that he is, and more. Don't know if he was more confident in himself before or after he got enslaved. Well, that tells you something, doesn't it? Oh. Ah, a bit of intrigue you're presenting me with. If not you, then who should be causing me to tremble in my sleep? Keep one eye open. A thought, you say. A favor, I see. Whether it's intentional, which is cruel indeed, or unintentional, it doesn't really make a difference. Oh, okay, then. They can indeed, yes. And in either direction, too. Can never safely guess which one, though. At least I can't. Oh, okay, then. Are we talking about a mutiny? Oh, you certainly know how to inject a bit of suspense into a rusty old machine. Yes, you do. Oh, okay, then. Well... I might have a few ideas in mind, though some preparatory analysis is still necessary, but thank you for the warning, really. Oh, okay, then. Oh, of course not, but if they're all sheep, how we ever get all these fascinating duels in the arena? Sheep make for poor entertainers. Oh, okay. All the time, you say. Yes, I understand how that might get tiring, and he has shown unnatural endurance so far. You might have a point, actually. Oh, okay, then. Oh, don't worry. Brooks is one eye, and our dear Mute is another. Mine are just an unnecessary safety precaution. Oh, okay, then. Oh, thank you for your kind words, but please, the honor is all mine, I assure you. I really wanted to get to know the person who's sprung out of nowhere into being a contender. I have a fascination with the underdog. Please, if you have any questions, anything, ask away. Oh, yes, of course, this is a choice that I respect. If you have no questions, then you have no questions. You know, I'm sure by now that the fight tomorrow will be your last one. If you win, congratulations. If, well, you kind of just said it as good as anyone else could. Yourself, including me. The constant and daily, as you pointed out, the daily task of organizing all these activities, really, and directing everyone's assignments. It's tiring. It's an erosion, to say the least. So by the time I get to lie down in my comfy little bed at night, I drift to sleep pretty much instantly. And I sleep pretty well, too, yeah. Oh, yes, of course. You'll be leaving this place for far greener pastures, my friend. You'll be gone from here forever. Forever.
You've deduced half of the truth. I'll reward you with the other half. The winner does leave. He goes, but he doesn't go free. He is captured, incapacitated, much like the very first capture that presumably brought him to this place, and transported somewhere, to a client.
Of course, as I said, and I'll gladly say as often as you require me to, you'll be free to leave. No one will stop you. Oh, no, I wouldn't dare to not hold up my end of the deal. My promise. You participate in a few friendly tussles, and in return, I let you out. I just, honestly, I spend most of my free time in my quarters, holed up there, unfortunately, due to the workload assignment by my associates. I just stare at their remains, at their remaining assignments, yes, without actually getting any of it done. Procrastination plagues all of us.
Some Freud. The chapters on discovered transference are thought-provoking enough, but Sigmund appears a bit too vague on the unconscious. But it's the parapraxis that has kept me reading. I do hope there's more elaboration on it to follow. I am not trying to sound fancy. I am merely using the correct scientific terminology that is applied in here. But if you really want to, I'll stop. Indeed, the higher you are, the more slippery it gets.
A mistake on my part, sorry. Of course, I meant the remaining pieces of work. Letters to write and respond to. No remains. Of course. Fair enough. Well, since you asked, I don't want to leave you hanging. That's reserved for the remains of my associates. Yes, subordinates mostly. Employees. I see it as a bit of decoration, really, not some sign of punishment or meant to induce fear in the rest of my associates or employees. And yes, I chop off some limbs here and there when they start dangling dangerously over the carpet. I can't have it too dirty. A stuttering imbecile? It's that bad? Okay, I might have to tone that one down a bit. And it's not exactly sadist I was going for. Psychotic, yeah, I guess, but I prefer sociopaths. Seems I still have to practice on both. Thank you. I told you, it's a decoration. A collection. Some people collect the weapons of their fallen enemies. Some collect bobbleheads. Some even snow globes. I, personally, prefer to preserve uncooperative employees. Some of them, at least. Some are indeed made a point of, but that's not my job. And preserve is relative, I realize that. I do the best I can. I mean, I do stare at the remains pretty awkwardly. At least, if they could tell you, I'm pretty sure that's how they describe me. As for timid, you haven't seen me in a situation where timidity is tested. I haven't honestly found myself in one for a while, so I'm unsure myself. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting discussion. I mean, chat. I think so, at least. You mean my relationship with my coworkers? A normal workplace relationship between a boss and his employees. Nothing extraordinary. Well, there's a system in place that makes sure to keep everyone hanging in check. Maintain a healthy mentality. No, I apologize. Naturally, I don't mean literal hanging. I was referring to a persistency. Yeah, a persistency of the system. Well, if you mean torture as in some form of constructive criticism, yes, he really can provide lively critique. I always thought it was a fitting combination of humiliation, defamation, while also rendered as public as possible, being high up on the ceiling. Isaac always carries us out without any complaints, without any sort of questions. Nothing. Always willing. Oh, such a sweet, pretty little girl. Looked nothing like her father. And, you know, the way she cried after I told her that Isaac wanted to get her back, it melted my heart. I couldn't bear to see her like that again. I am trying, evidently, to tell you that she'd rather be enslaved by one of my close business partners than be enslaved by a psychotic torturer. An easy choice, I think, even for an innocent soul like her. You're trying to be compassionate, so let me give you the whole picture first. Let's not have compassion be abused by ignorance. The mother of Isaac's daughter was a slave. I remember her, actually. She was one of the more expensive ones that we sold. Unreal beauty, unreal. Every slaver here, maybe even I, admittedly, had some fantasies involving her. Isaac especially, and his imagination is rather unique. disturbing. She wasn't thrilled by his affection, but Isaac doesn't take no for an answer. Never did, never will, and she was no exception. And the result was a sweet little girl, a mirror to her mother, honestly, a small mirror, and a scared one, scared of that big, ugly, violent man. Do you really want to give that little girl back to the man who forced himself on her mother, who she doesn't know, has never exchanged a word with? Well, she's not with me. Not with him either, so everybody's happy, right? Good? Very good. Oh, okay then. Well, let's... That was a very interesting discussion. Oh, yes, that... Well, it wasn't exactly my idea. I have to, admit, yeah, yes, a product of a different mind. Rat? You... Oh, you mean, did Brooks play one of his... Oh, you mean the, business of trade? Yes, well, as is the case with most, I had to study first and then slowly apply my acquired knowledge. I had a mentor who I watched, studied, and I learned from, and eventually I surpassed him. It's a rather typical tale, to be honest. Oh, yes, that... Well, it wasn't exactly my idea. I have to, admit, yeah, yes, a product of a different mind. Oh, you mean the, business of trade? Yes, well, as is the case with most, I had to study first and then slowly apply my acquired knowledge. I had a mentor who I watched, studied, and I learned from, and eventually I surpassed him. It's a rather typical tale, to be honest. No, I don't, I mean, I wouldn't dare attempt something like that. My ascension to my current rank was not nearly as exciting. I think to accuse me for that is a bit unfair. Just a bit. Thomas is just as much at fault for letting his guard down around little Leland. Am I to blame as much for the betrayal as I would for ignoring such a blatant opening, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really? No, I didn't stab anyone, I just added a bit of rat poison to Thomas's drinks. Well, Brooks did, to be exact. And then I was forced to keep him in the cell. I had different designs, but as I said, it was Brooks who poisoned him, not me. Yes, regarding both those assumptions. Older and more fortunate, excluding a few incidents, mostly recent ones. Oh, okay then. Well, That was a very interesting discussion. I mean, chat. I think so, at least. Very, enlightening, even. You know, I'm sure by now that the fight tomorrow will be your last one. If you win, congratulations. Well, really, all I wanted to say is that you won't have to go to work tomorrow. You can stay in, relax, and rest for the big one. Brooks will lead you into the arena when the time comes, and that's about it. Thank you. Thank you again for the chat.
I'm gonna, escort our guest back to his quarters, boss. It always affects me this time of year. Tournaments ending, final looming, always a couple of hopeful slaves beaming, thinking they'll get out. So much excitement, you know, even the fear all mixed up, and it's beautiful. It's a special time. Which makes it such a shame when I see the winners getting out, finally getting out, and being all disappointed with it, expecting more. This might be the last moment we'll get to ourselves. No time for our personal, intimate talks tomorrow, Tribal. Makes me think of all the moments we've shared, every special one of them. Makes me think of all the moments we've shared, every special one of them. That time we role-played, me as the robbed merchant, you as the dumb fucking tribal that fell for... Wait, correction. The time I role-played. And that one time I took you to work myself. Productive bonding, huh? Wish we would have spent more days like that. And it's all gonna end for you tomorrow, Tribal. One way or another, quickly or quite a bit slower. This might be the last moment we'll get to ourselves. No time for our personal, intimate talks tomorrow, Tribal. Makes me think of all the moments we've shared, every special one of them. That time we role-played, me as the robbed merchant, you as the dumb fucking tribal that fell for... Wait, correction. The time I role-played. That time you let me blow Henry's head up, us both watching his brains fly all over the place.
Brooks, go ahead, please.
Fucking finally! Thank you!
These fucking retards. Oh, these goddamn trolls. Wow, well fucking done. You couldn't even kill the old fuck. Wow, your bright future ahead of you, really. That time you kindly handed over all of your possessions, except for that collar, of course. That time I made you a cocktail, my own specialty. Swept you off your feet, didn't it? Whoa, 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 look, it's got fucking teeth. I mean, they're blunt, but for fuck's sake, Tribal, I didn't even expect a goddamn bark. Well, no one ever said wordless fucking slaves lose the right to get wasted, huh? Of course, let me pour you something here. Here you are. Please, enjoy. That's fucking rude right there. Now, I just went through the goddamn effort of pouring you a fucking drink. Now, you go ahead and fucking drink it. Thank you. That's more fucking like it. Don't like the cocktail I mixed up for you, Tribal? And that one time I took you to work myself. Productive bonding, huh? Wish we would have spent more days like that. And it's all gonna end for you tomorrow, Tribal. One way or another, quickly or quite a bit slower. Just don't cry yourself to sleep. Gotta make sure there's no stealing involved in here, and I can't let you walk around with drugs or money that might make you a target. So, you're gonna hand all of your shit over to me. All fucking all of it. I'm going through a rough time, and I need you to tell me something important, to confirm something for me if you can. Just tell me that you're a good-for-nothing goddamn tribal shit stain. Just that. That time you were kind enough to lift my spirits with some motivational words. Touching speech, really. Always treasure that one. That time I made you a cocktail.
You were invited to meet Leland. I'm more than a bit envious. I was never offered an invite for an introductory chat. You could have at least brought me an alcoholic beverage. In that case, you weren't going to show generosity if I hadn't expressed my desire first. I'm not surprised, but I also hope you will be just as equally unsurprised when you find out that you can't bribe me. I'm even less surprised by Leland's drink of choice. His mundanity shines through with far too blinding of a gleam. I'm only murderous when I'm in the arena. He knew that. I doubt any other slave will be betting on a reversal of the status quo tomorrow. Henry wouldn't, and his was the soundest betting advice in here. Yes, another final. Actually, will be final for you, though. Do make sure that you're ready for that. Yes, but it's late for that now. I would like to finish this read before the fight. It's a personal tradition to add a bit of closure myself before each cycle. It's not as if I will be handed any. I will be taken back to my cell, as always. You won't win. I'll suspend my disbelief. I can only suspend so much for a few seconds, however, so listen carefully. The tournament is a lie, and its effectiveness is based on the extent of the slave's desire to escape, and how much that desire clouds their logic. and it has clouded even yours, at least for some time. Think, a tournament that never stops and that kills off the slaver's only valuable property. The tournament is not a contest that rewards the winner with freedom. It's quality control. It weeds out the impotent catches, leaves only the best. Because the boss's clients only want the best, and according to the boss, the best is what prevails when you tell your slaves to kill each other. If I fight you, I fight one slave. If I don't, I fight dozens of slavers. I'm not that bothered about slavery, and escape is just beyond impossible. But you haven't started begging yet, or trying to taunt a creature that weighs about 4 times as much as you. So those are all innovative restrictions. I don't think there will be anyone like you to grace this cell ever again. That alone necessitates an unprecedented course of action from me. I won't fight you. I won't attempt to smash your head in. I'll help you escape. There's only one version. Instead of trying to kill each other, we try to kill the slavers, and hopefully it develops beyond trying. We're too valuable for them to blow up, but not valuable enough to avoid capture. If they do manage to render us unconscious. Which is why we need to deactivate our collars before exiting the hangar. I know where the necessary tools are held, so I'll lead the way. Please make sure you catch some sleep. If I fight you, I fight one slave. If I don't, I fight dozens of slavers. I'm not that bothered about slavery, and escape is just beyond impossible. But you're not just another silhouette blending into the masses, which is why this refusal honestly plants a small seed of regret in me. It does. The choice that you're presenting me with is an illusion. Even with you, failure is almost certain. The boredom for yet another fight persists. There is some anticipation bubbling for tomorrow, however, for the first time in years. If I fight you, I fight one slave. If I don't, I fight dozens of slavers. I'm not that bothered about slavery, and escape is just beyond impossible. But there's not enough to mark you as outstanding, even in this place. And I recently made a choice between 2 different kinds of captivity. The choice that you're presenting me with is an illusion. Failure is certain. Therefore, there's no need for me to waste any effort tomorrow. I will, however, be swift. That is the same privilege I grant any slave, and you're apparently no exception. Please, don't. I can beg you not to beg if you're feeling determined to. Try to catch some sleep. I do know that. I don't see how helping you escape is useful for anyone but yourself. Honestly, it really isn't. Try to catch some sleep. If I can't change my mind, you most certainly can't. Try to catch some sleep. I still can't do that. Indeed, idiots usually peak at capturing someone like you. I tried. I couldn't lock the cage from the inside. You were guessing everything so nicely up to now. Why stop? One more right guess. As I emphasized before, I couldn't actually lock the door. I let the slavers do that. You've asked me before, so I feel this obligation to inform you that I might have lied a bit, understated the facts just a tad the last time. "89 days, 64 fights, and 49 pretentious postmodern novels. All their library seems to have. And a few hundred of Brooks' jokes. Probably blocked most of those out. 23 years, 5,438 fights. And far too many pretentious postmodern novels. The first two I have come to terms with. The third number is what terrifies me. And you believe that they will be any less helpless than their slaves? Rest. Tomorrow morning will be the first interesting morning in 2 years. Perhaps, in a sense. But your question is too vague to deserve my even more vague answer. You've asked me before, so I feel this obligation to inform you that I might have I think anyone who has been here for less than 1 week would agree with you. Rest. Leland will want a truly grand finale.